Good evening, universe. Let me be the first to apologize for interrupting your normal early morning festivities. I, like many of you, appreciate the thump and bump, knock and rock of a speaker while getting one's boogie on at a cracking, hopping, popping hot spot in a hood near you. I enjoy them as much as any local blood or homie. But in commemoration of those who have laid down the foundation, hip-hop legends of past, revolutionaries who challenged authority while pushing all creative limits, creating a craft that through reptilian strangling has evolved into a tree where the roots, even the trunk, are not built upon but rather forgotten than remembered. All that remained from a proclaimed dead hip-hop are leaves that change with the seasons. I see this as a reason to sit down and have a little chat. There are some, of course, who do not want us to speak. I suspect even now men in recording studios and penthouse suites are hoping this message doesn't hit the streets. Why? Because while hip-hop has grown to the point of selling French fries, words will always retain their power. Maybe this is why they no longer write or print lyrics in album covers anymore. Words make people, and for those that will listen to the enunciation of the truth, and the truth is, there is something terribly wrong with hip-hop, isn't there? Where 1% shout nanananana rumpapumpum from screens of green, and a draconian sucking of the listener's energy by offering nothing of real value in return for the listening time, and where the ability to challenge for the crown was once seen as a rite of passage, you are now told to sit back and watch the throne. And as artists conform to the norm which has fudged the lines of hip-hop and punk rock, the removal of dickies and baggy jeans that could carry a 4-pounder, to the rocking of sperm-killing skinny jeans I refer to as smediums. How did this happen? Who is to blame? And while there are those who are more responsible than others, and over the course of the next year they will be brought to task, but then again, if you want to know who is to blame, you need only look into a mirror. I understand why you did it. You were afraid. The commercial underground crossover to mainstream caused the disappearance of many a MC, and the slaying passing of Big, Pac, Big L, Big Pun, Mase retiring amidst death threats, the Aaliyah sacrifice. Fear got the best of you. And in a 1999 portal year panic, you turn to your now high chancellors Eminem and Jay-Z, like the video game. But red and blue make the same, the color purple. They promised you blueprints and never-ending stories of torment, confusing that with the struggle. And all they asked in return was a dynastic rule, and to be made king as we move toward a new world order. Last night I sought to end that silence. Last night I reopened the 1973 portal to remind hip-hop of what it has forgotten. And over the next year I will bring hip-hop's timeline back to the present day, as it would have been not for that monkey wrench that was injected into that little engine that could, as he reached the top of the mountain. In the end, hip-hop will be restored at the spirit level as being a reporter and representative of the struggle young people of color fight daily, who are victims of systematic oppression. Now, if you like lying in the dream world of having expensive clothes while your parents lose the house you grew up in, would rather like the life of a party while people across the world are getting limbs blown off in mass, and are content with the greatest rapper alive, and the rapper who they will try to say is the greatest when he dies, like Elvis with rock and roll, then I suggest you let the 5th of November go by unmarked. But if you've seen what I've seen, and if you feel what I feel, and if you seek as I seek, then I ask that you ride the wave through the 2012-13 year portal opening, ending in you standing beside me 1 year from tonight, and together we shall give them a revolutionary statement that will never be forgotten.